I'm Tanette Powell. To the village, those present, and to those who couldn't be here. I know that every time a parent stands here, many are wondering which political machine sent them. If I so happen to wear red, I must be gangbanging with UTLA. If I don't denounce charters, or if I refuse to blame all of the ills of public schools on charters, then I must be trying to dismantle and destroy public education. Enough with the gangbanging. I ain't cuz or blood. I am here today for our kids, not just the 3 sons that I've been blessed to raise, but all of our kids. And on today, the 4th day of Black History Month, I am particularly here for the 50,000 Black students that have historically been neglected in this district. Because of them, and only because of them, am I standing here before you. Last spring, when Dr. George McKenna presented his resolution in an attempt to address the failings of this district, I stood in this very spot to respectfully push this board and the district to give us some tangible things to address the issues, of which I refer to as a debt owed to to Black students by the district. Most importantly, I ask you to include us, Black parents and Black students. You haven't completely remembered us. So here I am again, this time, winter 2020, during the month of February, the month we all say we care about Black people. I'm here with another respectful push to include us. And when I say us, I mean all of the 50,000. I am tired of being presented with proposals that have included a select few. When it comes to things like African American Family Day, the 50,000 get the emails, they get the phone calls, they get the contact. So I am calling for us to take that same approach. Contact and extend the opportunity to all Black students in the same way that we hear from you when it's African American Family Day. My oldest son is in 4th grade. He was in 4th grade when this was first proposed. He will be in 6th grade, according to the proposed timeline by the time this is implemented. Let's not make him wait any longer. Don't make us wait. Let's make good on our promises. And I want to say this, is not enough to just simply congratulate Spicer in his office. We have to support Spicer in his office. There is a lot more work to be done. And if we really, really care, and we say that this is what we're committed to, we need to be committed in our budget and in everything else that we do. But nothing for us without us. Thank you.
I have 6 children, 2 currently in college, 4 in high school, and 3 currently at Hamilton Academy of Music and Performing Arts. And I live in Dr. Vladovic's district, but my children go to school in Dr. McKenna's district. So I am one of those parents who have children on a bus 12 hours a day. In April of 2019, Dr. McKenna and Ms. Gomez sponsored, and the board approved a resolution to call everyone at LA Unified to implement a plan to intentionally focus on the needs of African American students that would increase their academic achievement, among other things. As a parent of 6 children who are and have been LA Unified students, and being a product of LA Unified myself, I urge the board to ensure that this plan and its components are not delayed in implementation for our students, my students, students who look like me and identify as I do as African American. I sat in a meeting this morning with the AEA, Mr. Spicer and Dr. Woods, where we discussed this plan. I sat on 2 district-level groups with the focus on increasing African American student achievement. Last April, when the resolution was passed, we had at least 1 kindergartner we knew would benefit from what was approved that day. When this plan is scheduled to be implemented, to begin its implementation, that kindergartner will be in 2nd grade. My own children who are in 10th grade will be 12th graders. One of my students who is currently at Hamilton and a senior will not even be around in the district when this plan is implemented. She will be in college. There are over 50,000 African American students in LA Unified, which accounts to almost $1 billion in LA Unified's budget. If you were to take those students and put them as their own school district, they would be the 11th largest school district in this state. I am asking you to do not wait. Our students don't have time to wait. The board itself, when you are designating dollars in your budget for LCFF, LCAP, TSP, whichever all the acronyms we want to use, LA Unified Board can designate money specifically for African American students and label it that way. And so I am urging you to do that. As you consider your budgets and your instructional priorities, that you make African American achievement the priority going forward, especially in August of 2020. I urge you to do something today, to stop talking and do, as Ms. Garcia said. Our children cannot wait. Thank you.
I was a LAUSD student. My husband was a LAUSD student. My father-in-law was a LAUSD student. I made the conscious decision to have my students, my kids, be LAUSD students. I have 3 children, a daughter who is now a senior at the University of Wisconsin-Madison on a full scholarship. LAUSD has the capability to educate Black students to be successful in any environment in the country. We just have to establish those policies to do so. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. We have some documented achievements. Sometimes it's as simple as talking to parents that have guided their students through this process. My husband recently told me when I retired, your job now is to be part of the solution, to volunteer with LAUSD, the school system that we believe in. So many parents, Black parents, are committed to this process. We're excited to see what policies you come up for us, and we're excited to be engaged. Thank you.
I am the parent leader of the African American group at El Camino Real Charter High School in the San Fernando Valley. It's called RISE. I'm a mother of 4. I have 3 college graduates and a 16-year-old. So, I have always been passionate about education. I've worked within systems to ensure that my children and others that look like my children had access to what's available, because that's the key word when our students don't succeed like others. There's barriers. As a leader, one of my jobs is to ensure that all of our parents are informed, because one of the biggest excuses is that we just didn't know. We didn't know this program existed. We didn't know. So one of the things I'm passionate about is ensuring our parents are informed. The other focus is on data. We can have a lot of anecdotal information spread around about African American achievement, but if we rely on data, we can see what the problem is, we can identify patterns, and ultimately we can implement solutions. And so it's been a big push of mine working with our school administration to always have data to support the programs that are to be implemented. I was at the meeting this morning, and I agree with the premise of the resolution. It's important because, like me, LAUSD's parents care and want the best for their children. There's an immediacy and an urgency to implementing this resolution because the time for change is now. So thank you.
I'm a parent. I have 2 children that formerly attended LAUSD schools, one living with special needs and the other coping with a mental illness. I removed them both out of LAUSD schools due to the lack of education and support. I'm here today to support as a village, to support my Black parents and students that are struggling to receive sufficient education, support, and funding when it pertains to LAUSD. Thank you.